Hi there friends, my name is Jeremy. If you have stumbled onto this video and you are unsure of the content in which you are about to view, this video is about tips for bottoming. Bottoming is something that gay men do when having sex. It is involving going up the back end, so this material is a little bit sensitive if you are not okay with stuff like this. If you are not a homosexual male, do not be turned away. A lot of women like to bottom. A lot of straight guys, I've heard, sometimes enjoy it in their back end. To me, sex is sex and it doesn't matter what you're doing or who you're doing it with. So if you like bottoming, or anal as it's mostly referred to, then this video is tips for you to be able to learn how to do this properly and comfortably and safely. I'm just gonna be frank with you, I have not done a video of this content, so I'm a little bit nervous, so bear with me. The very first thing that you're going to need to do if you are planning on bottoming for the first time or the 100th time, if you are unprepared, then you need to get your tush down to a convenience store or some kind of retail store where they sell lubricant and where they sell condoms. Now, the important thing to know about lubes is that silicone-based usually lasts longer, but a lot of people have allergies to silicone. So be very careful when you are buying lube, because some will be very good and will help you last a very long time, and other ones will dry out and hurt you after a little while. Be very careful when it comes to scented lubes. I've not really ever heard anything good about them. I've personally not tried any, but I've not heard good things about it. You will also probably want condoms, because even if you are in a monogamous one-on-one relationship with someone and you've been with them for a very long time, it is still smart to have them, and you should really only be, they call it barebacking, unless you know the person, you are very comfortable with them, and you are okay with whatever outcome may happen. Sometimes bottoming can be a little bit messy, so just be aware of that, is that condoms can sometimes prevent that messiness from happening. So be just careful when you buy lubes and when you buy condoms, because you want to make sure you get the right kind. You want to make sure that everything is going to be okay for you, and you want to make sure that you're looking out for your own safety. The next step that you are going to want to do is you are going to want to go home and clean yourself up before you know that this event is going to happen. It requires a little bit of work. You need to make sure that you are clean and presentable for your partner, and that involves a little bit of work involving your fingers, getting in the shower, cleaning yourself out, making sure that you are relaxed, making sure that you are cleaning everything out, because you don't want to have that really embarrassing moment where you're just about to finish and then all of a sudden it smells like poop and the entire night is ruined. That's not how you want your romantic evening to end, or maybe your one night stand to end. You don't want it to end that way. You want to make sure that you are presentable and prepared for this moment. Make sure that throughout the day you're not eating a lot of really gross heavy foods. Try to stay away from like cheeseburgers. Making sure that you're watching what you eat is also totally a respect thing for your partner, because I believe that if you are going to properly bottom, then you need to make sure that you are fresh and clean, because I think that there's a lot of involvement of the mouth and fingers in the whole process, and I'll get into that. So it's just totally a matter of respect for both yourself, that you're not having accidents on your or their bed or on their parts or in their mouths, things like that. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what bottoming is like. Just like this. So once the actual act is happening, probably will want to lay down a towel on your bed just to be extra safe. If you are certain that you will make it through this experience without needing one, then by all means don't use one. You will instantly know how good your top is going to be by how they begin the foreplay. Are they ripping off their pants the moment that sex is on the table, or are they making out with you and getting you ready and touching you and really just getting you prepared and relaxed for it? In order to have the best bottoming experience, in my opinion, your top needs to be very comfortable with being very close to your butt, and that is just the best way to say it. I think that it's a good idea that the top uses a lot of their tongue in order to get you loose, in order to get you ready for it. They're using their fingers to kind of help stretch you out. because depending on how big they are, you may need a little more time to get used to it. Now on the opposite end for the tops, if you get down into those parts and it smells like ass, then that definitely needs to be a conversation that needs to be had right then and there. There's two different kinds of ass smells that there can be, and this is really gross. The first one is just regular sweat smell, and you will know the difference because ass smells like poop. And that is not something that you want to deal with. Again, this is not one of those things that you want your night to end. So if you smell something weird, then that needs to be a conversation that needs to be had, and maybe you guys can have a romantic shower together and clean up and then come back into the moment and make magic happen. If you are going to be using a condom, now is probably about the time that you want to put it on. You're going to want to be lubing yourself, you're going to want to be lubing your partner, again using your fingers to get it in there. It's a very complex process in order to make something very magical and wonderful happen. If you really want it to be good, these are tips that I would definitely follow, and these are things that I would do to make it better. If you are a girl that is trying this for the first time, again, these are crucial tips that you want. I know there are a lot of girls that enjoy it and a lot of girls who have tried it and hated it because whoever was doing it the first time clearly was a straight man and didn't know what they were doing. So sit down and have them watch this video so that they know what they need to be doing, and make sure that you are following tips too, so that you know how to properly do this for the first time or the next time, or maybe this is like the 10th time and it's just never been good because you weren't ready for it any of those times. So these are tips that I have, and if you have any questions, feel free to let me know, and I will talk to you all again next time. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace out. Take them off. I have not been interrupted by the garbage man in a very long time. Thank you, garbage man, for interrupting me.